What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Team Solemn Circus live video. On the left side here, we have Snake Eye going up against, on the right side, Snake Eye Kashtira. So both, the Tier 0 deck or Tier 1 deck of the format unraveled with Tempai. We're going to be seeing the player on the left start off with a copy of the Wanted, being able to search for a copy of Diabellstar here. There are some cool combos you can now do with the deck, with Snake Eye Diabellstar being a crazy card, also being a level 8, which is really nice. We have seen some players play copies of the number 38, which could be really good against the Kashtira deck, being able to stop like a Birth. We're going to see a Diabellstar sending for a Diabellstar here, which is going to be able to activate the effect, letting us set a copy of the Origins in that beautiful QCR rarity. We're going to activate the effect of the Origins OSS, and that's going to get hit with a copy of Ash Blossom here. Then we're going to be banishing off Wanted to draw one. We're going to start with the Bonfire here, or follow up with Bonfire here, searching for the copy of Snake Eye Ash. Then we can normal summon with the Snake Eye Ash, activating the effect, and hit with a copy of Imperm. And then just passing turn on this, we're going to be seeing a copy of the Kashtira Birth, and then that's going to get hit with a copy of OSS. In another beautiful QCR, it's going to let us summon out the copy of Snake Eye Ash. Snake Eye Ash is going to activate its effect, then hit with a copy of Veiler here. Lots of hand traps left and right. Kashtira being able to be sent off, the Birth being able to be sent off the OSS is pretty crazy, but it does stop us from being able to see. And they go talents to look at the hand here, and we see a Veiler and an Ogre here. So they're putting back the Ogre. Don't even know what this means. Normal summoning with the Veiler themselves here, and they can go into Dark to take the Diabellstar. That means they're going to be forced to, or I guess we're going to go for the Relinquish Anima. Going into a Dark here. They're kind of forced to Veiler this. Then just going to beat over the Ash and pass turn, putting them on 0 cards. We're both on 0 cards, but we will be able to search if we have any targets with the Dark. Just going to scoop it up there, and knowing they're going to be losing. There is lots of good top decks, but it probably won't do enough there. So we're going to be seeing the player on the left admit defeat here. Moving on to game 2. They'll most likely choose to go first. I wonder what that drawn card was. If it was a hand trap, you might be able to play through it. One normal body does get us into Princess, which then gets us into Ash, which gets us into Poplar. So, there would have to be losing to essentially 2 hand traps there. But, our opponent could be not drawing anything as well, right? So, it might be just worth it to just play it out a little bit to see where it goes. Because they didn't have a Wanted, they had OSS engraved, so they would have to draw into either a copy of Poplar, really any normal summon would attempt to get us there if we didn't draw into a hand trap. But they might have drawn into a copy of Wanted even, and then Wanted doesn't get you anywhere. There's lots of worse draws for us than there is for them. But still, it's kind of crazy that we just admit defeat so easily there. What do you exactly side out? I'm assuming we're going to side out the Ghost Ogre and stuff like that. Those cards aren't great going first or going second against the deck. It does hit some of the cards, but it doesn't hit the most relevant cards that we do see in the deck. I wonder if there's a world where they ever choose to go second after they make their opponents choose to go, make them think they're going to go first. This is the best combo deck that we've had since Tier Elements here. You see a bunch of hand traps. We're going to be sending the Diabellstar. We're going to send the Veiler for the Diabellstar here. We saw a Nibiru in the hand as well. That's going to let us send a copy of the Origins. But at the same time, what if we get hit with another copy of Ash? So we're going to see Origins going to activate, sending the copy of Diabellstar, something like Ash. Ash is going to get hit with a copy of the Veiler here. Another hand trap that has been used. And looks like we have a Veiler, Imperm, Nib. So we're going to set one card, being the impermanent pass turn on this. We're going to normal summon a Diabell Star, activating the effect, get hit with a copy of the talents, or imperm, trying to not play around the talents because we know we have the talents in the deck. They're going to go Bonfire, search for a Poplar. Poplar's going to summon itself out, activating the effect, and we are going to be hitting them with a Veiler now. Essentially saying if they have imperm, if they have talents, they have talents. You definitely want to choose your imperms first over that copy of. But they have the droplets here to chain to the Veiler here to essentially get us that search off of the Poplar, getting us that Divine Temple. We are going to be seeing we're not going to see Poplar activates effects, okay. But we're going to be seeing the field spell here, place the copy of Snake Eyes Diabell Star onto the field. And we have used Ashes under the imperm as a problem. It can summon itself out by making the Poplar go to the spell and trap card zone, but we're going to be seeing the Snake Eyes Diabell Star summon itself by putting that Poplar there. Lots of gorgeous QCR cards onto the field here. We're going to see them attack over the Ash with their Ash because it was half by the droplets here. Then attack with the Snake Eyes Diabell Star. We're then going to be linking away for that copy of the Anima here. And it looks like we have Birth in the hand once again and a copy of Ogre. So can't really go anywhere here. They could go Dark to summon. Dark summon out the copy of Diabell Star here, but I think we're going to get hit with an SP. I guess that also was good. They're going to be banishing that copy of OSS, setting a card, and then we're going to be Nibiruing them, creating that token, getting rid of that SP as well in defense position here. Interesting. They're going to pass turn. We didn't even see the Poplar. I mean, they're going to have to be summoned out a monster here. So we're not going to be summoning out the Poplar till this turn. And then setting that Birth so it's like a nice little bluff. And one last card in the hand here. Do we try to extend is the question. Poplar would search OSS, but you kind of have to get rid of the Divine Temple. But if you don't do it now, when are you going to do it, right? There's no point in just going battle phase attack over. It doesn't solve your Poplar problem. They're going to go Bonfire here. It's going to resolve. You're going to search for a copy of Snake Eyes Ash. We're going to normal summon Snake Eyes Ash. Activating the effect. We're going to chain the Divine Temple here, summon the Poplar. We're going to activate our Poplar. They're going to activate their Poplar. Then we're going to activate our Poplar to search for that copy of the Divine Temple here. And they're going to search for their OSS. I wonder if there's a world where you ogre the Ash so that you don't get the summon. Yeah, I'm not too sure about that, to be honest. We're going to be seeing the field spell activating here, putting their own Snake Eyes Diabell Star onto the field. Another good Ogre target they could have activated there. I think it's Ogre, at least in the hand. We're going to see Poplar going to be spell and trapping itself to go for that Anima. Then we're going to activate the Poplar to summon itself, or place itself in the spell and trap card zone. Anima is going to be able to suck that token away. We're then going to link away off into a copy of Dark. Dark can take the SP, but they do have the Ogre for it, and there's no search targets in their deck for it, I believe so. I don't think we have a Dark hand trap yet. We're then going to activate the Ash, sending the Poplar and the Ash to go for a copy of the Oak, I would assume. Or just right into Flamebird, so now we can safely assume that that's not going to be a copy of Imperm in the back row there. Snake Eyes Diabell Star can activate its effects by placing the Poplar, summoning itself out. Or the Ash in this case. We're going to Flamebird, push back, Poplar. Snake Eyes Diabellstar, placing the Ash so that the follow-up turn can summon itself out, getting into search. That's going to go up into a copy of the Hita here. We're going to summon out the Ash and the Poplar, and then we're going to be summoning out the copy of the Diabellstar. Snake Eyes Diabellstar here, and that QCR, we're already, upgrading time. And then we're going to go into that copy of the Princess. Princess can bring out the Flamebird. And then we're just going to admit defeat here, because this is going to be enough for game, I think. 18 plus 3,000 plus, I think it's 3,000 as well with the Snake Eyes Diabellstar. It's 28. And then the Ash gains attack. Yeah, that's going to be, 26, 20. Yeah, that's definitely a game. So that was pretty quick. Exchanging the hand traps can be a quick match, but it was pretty good. Like, being able to exchange those hand traps there. We saw 3 hand traps from the opponent, and then going into that nib. Like, you kind of have to play into the nib too, which kind of sucks, but still quite good. I still enjoy watching these Snake Eye Mirror matches. I know a lot of people don't, which is fine. But like, the deck does show a little bit of a, like, they don't go instantly. We are seeing it going pretty fast, but they don't just go like, okay, well, how many hand traps did you open? You do have some expression and be able to play, especially when you start playing like different builds, like we see here with the Kashtira build. Opening up that Birth is not the Kashtira card you're looking for, but it still can be a pretty good card, being able to like discard it, which I guess is any face-up spell, but still being able to be useful. I've seen some people play like a heavier Kashtira package there with like the Theosis and stuff like that as well. I don't know if this player's playing it. I know they have the Unicorn and the Fenrir in the deck, because we are playing the Birth, of course, and of course, Fenrir being an insane card. But I have not seen the rest of it yet. But if you guys want to see the deck profile, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll definitely make sure to ask next time I see the man. I believe he might be going to a bigger event as well, maybe Nats. But I won't be saying any names. And I won't be saying like they could be changing different decks. This is a locals, and we are testing a bunch of different stuff out too. So definitely make sure. I might be going to locals, or might be going to nationals as well. Don't even know what deck I'm playing yet, but we shall see. We're going to be diving on to game 3 here with the Kashtira player finally going first. We're going to be seeing them activate the copy of Pressured Planet, being able to search. We are playing a heavier package, and then we're going to be going for the copy of the Unicorn, searching for the copy of Birth here. So maybe you're already having the Fenrir in the hand and not going for that Theosis, or just don't play it. And we see in the opponent's hand a Nibiru. Looks like a Nibiru, Talents, Nib, Veiler, Imperm. All hand traps. Whenever I play Snake Eyes, I have the opposite problem. We see a set 1 pass. Not even the Birth. Weird. Set 1 pass. Okay. Interesting game states here. We're going to flip up the Birth. Oh, no. And we do summon out the copy of Fenrir. So drawing Fenrir for turn is interesting. And they're going to look in their side deck to make sure that they didn't side it out here. Interestingly enough. And it looks like they did. So I wonder what their side pattern. They're going to go battle phase, attack, and they're going to activate the effect to look at the extra deck here. But you see a Typhon in there. And a copy of Zeus. We're going to get rid of that Anima here. People are saying, oh yeah, Anima is not a problem, but as you can see, it can be really good going second, and then obviously just being a generic link one that you can link into is just kind of powerful. It doesn't even have to have an effect. It essentially can be a vanilla. We're going to see them attack with the Fenrir, dealing some damage here, setting 1 card, and then passing on this. Hand trap galore over here. And like, this is all just a cash deck. We're going to see the Snake Eyes spell pushing the unicorn to the back row here. Just trying to make sure that their extra deck does not get ripped. You know, they can take a little damage at a time, but if their extra deck keeps getting ripped apart, they're going to be struggling significantly here. Could you imagine an OSS send the unicorn in the spawn trap card zone, and then you can just birth it back? That'd be crazy. We're going to go battle phase attack once again with the Fenrir. We can just deal some damage slowly here. And then we're going to activate the effect of the field spell here, being able to place the copy of Snake Eyes Diabellstar on the field. I'm not too sure if this can summon out the copy of Unicorn, but that would be quite funny if it could. We're going to see finally a bonfire being smashed down. We have the Ash, but we're going to go talents here. We surely have to draw, yeah. We draw into a bonfire and a poplar. Not the draws we were looking for, but we still might be able to make it there. We normally summon with the poplar, activate the effect. Will that get hit with an imperm? They're going to chain the copy of the field spell, hitting that with a Ghost Ogre. That's a really good hit. But we can't search for OSS because the poplar is going to get banished face down. So we have to search for the Divine Temple here. Unless we have a way to extend. We have to search, yeah. Then we're going to see the Fenrir banish it face down. We're going to play the Divine Temple, placing that copy of Ash onto the field here. And then we're going to activate the effect of the birth, banishing 3 cards face down, you know, making sure that that spell is hit. We're going to set 1 and just pass here. And we've dealt 48 damage so far, plus I think probably 5,000 damage so far. We're going to normal summon or special summon out the copy of the Diabellstar here by discarding that unicorn, and then they're going to be chaining the copy of Divine Temple, and we're going to chain the copy of the Veiler here, summon out that copy of the Ash. We can then hit them with the Fenrir. We're going to obviously activate the effect of Ash as well. But we are starting to hit all those targets here. And if we wouldn't have hit the Ash, you know, potentially saving it for the Poplar, that would have been both Poplars down here. We're going to summon out that copy of our Poplar, activating the effect, searching for the OSS here. And then we're going to be seeing the Snake Eyes Diabellstar, placing the fire into the Spawn Trapper Zone, because that's all it takes here, which is kind of crazy. And then we can then go birth, summon back with that copy of Unicorn. And this is just going to be game, isn't it? We have 1, 2, 3 summon. And they have double nib, OSS, and bonfire in the hand. And a talent set as well. Yeah, unfortunate there for the player on the left. The Kashtira cards, just being 1 card there, can come extremely in clutch. But looking at the top deck of looking at the draw for turn of double nib, Veiler, Ogre, and then the talents is definitely not going to be it. We saw the Kashtira cards definitely shine out in that game 3 there, you know, being a prominent issue in game 1 and 2, but shining out there, being able to deal a lot of damage, and then just having enough to be able to beat up when their opponent opens only hand traps. Regardless, hope you enjoyed watching the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and remember, game 3, no extra deck touching, and we still got the dub.